Okay, hey guys, this is Michael from Driftwood Tiny Homes. We're going to go today and we're going to actually look at a standard park model tiny home. We're going to do a tour of the inside and the outside and show you what a standard model would look like, and then compare it to this model, which is the Shoreline model, which is more of a luxury style model. So what we're going to do is ride out and take a look at one of the standard models from a competitor. Their price point on the competitor is around $80,000 to no more than probably $90,000, I would figure, with the options that you can add to it. And then this one here starts at around $115,000 up to around $130,000, depending on what options you could add to it as well. But let's show the two homes side by side, and we'll go ahead and get into it right now. Okay, so in this one we got the living room right here. This is your couch area, and then the bar is immediately right here. This is about this is a love seat style. Maybe, what do you think about this? I think it's about 8 feet.
Probably
About 6 feet. Probably about 6 feet.
6.5. I don't know.
If I lay it down, it'd be about the length of me, so it's about 6 feet. So that's what you have, and then of course right here, you don't really have much of room to get a stool in right here with this couch here. And there's not much room on the other side of that couch either, unless I just push it up to the wall. But anyway, so then you got over here, you've got a window, and they put looks like on this wall, they put your, I guess this is where your TV will go. Maybe you can, if you buy a swivel mount, you can swivel it out. And then this would be your little, I guess they're gonna assume you gotta eat over here because the bar, you really can't eat at the bar. Okay, so this is the living room, and this one, as you can see, it's a lot bigger living room. You do have a lofted up area in this as well, where you don't have in the other one. Also, you know, if I was to lay down, that would be about 6 feet. And this is 12 feet from wall to wall in here. So you have a larger, way larger living room area. That one had about a 6-foot sofa, pull-out bed in it, and it barely fit in there from wall to wall. And then you've also got a lot more windows here and up top, nicer door, and then you've got nicer there area. So in this kitchen, this is a Formica countertop. It looks like butcher block, but it's actually Formica. So it's pressed board and then vinyl on top. And then you've got, as you can see, this is kind of why we don't do the U kitchens. Like if you look at me in here, I'm not a very big guy, I'm about 5'8", but like I'm right here, sort of stuck in here. So when I try to open this up, you know, it's gonna be out, kind of falling out there where the counter is. And you got your sink. There's no dishwasher in it because there's really no room to put a dishwasher in there. I'll just move back out of the way and let you take a look. Got about a 12-inch little section right here. And so your refrigerator's not on this side. You've got a apartment style refrigerator. As you can see, I'm 5'8" again, and this is probably, you know, about 5 foot, I guess, refrigerator, and a little small thing sort of took there. Okay, so in the Shoreline model, this is the kitchen. So in this, we have a pantry over here for all your food. 24 inches deep, 18 inches wide, top and bottom. And then you can see you have a regular French door refrigerator in this versus the regular refrigerator. You have the double doors for your freezer, refrigerator option on the second door as well. And then you can see the height. This is a residential, so they're taller. And this is about a 30-inch wide versus a 24. So it's a lot bigger. You also have a full bar here where you can actually sit down and eat. You have a fireplace sink versus a stainless steel drop-in. You have some open shelving here. And then when you come in, I'll let you go ahead and come in and take a look. You have a full-size slide-in range. So you see the range, it has all the buttons on the front. And then you have a slide-in, so you don't have your panels back here where you have to reach over to get them. It makes it for just a smoother, cleaner look. You have no handles on your microwaves, just a smoother, cleaner look for your microwave. And then when you open this up, as you can see, you can still stand in the front of it and you can get your food out, whereas there wasn't that much room if you do a U. Also, not having the U, you have your sink. It allows for you to have a dishwasher here, because if you had, you know, a U and you had the sink like it was in the other model here, you would be staring at the window, which is nice, but you wouldn't have all this room. And you can see there's a lot more room, a lot more countertop space. These are 15 inches here and 15 inches here, same with the top. Just a lot more storage, a lot more area to put stuff. Plus you've got your hot water heater. Instead of on the outside, yours is tucked, of course, down here underneath the sink, so you don't have to have it on the outside of your house. Just a much nicer, cleaner look. also to here on the front area. If you were gonna sit down, there's an area, and I don't know if you got it or not, but there's an area underneath this where you can put your stools up underneath the countertop here, and you could literally fit 3 people here. Like I could sit here, you know, here, or here along this, and even one could sit here if you wanted to. Plenty of room on this. Instead of the ladder, they did build we can do this as well, but they built the stairs so you can go up into the loft, and I'll climb up in the loft and go ahead and show you that. Yeah. In the loft, they got some little cushions here. They pretty much squish down, but good ample headroom in the loft, I'd say. Same as any loft. I'd say it's about 40 inches, 36 to 40 inches, something like that. So plenty of room in the loft. This is about the same size as what's in our models. That's the loft. The up top in the loft on this one is exactly the same size. I'll let you climb up there. It's exactly the same size as what the other one is. It's, I believe, the other one, this one here is a 12 foot by 9 foot loft. So it's 12 from wall from the back all the way to the front. And then, of course, 9 foot wide across this way. So it's about the same as what that loft was. And ours does have a step in the back. The very back of it, you have a shelf where you can put some storage back there, all on the back wall of it, from one end to the other. So that's 9 foot of a shelf. And then we're going to come and look at the bathroom, which is right here in this little door right here. And let's come here in the bathroom here. So pretty tiny bathroom. This is your sink. There's no washer and dryer in this. This is a nice shower. It's a good size. I believe, I mean, that might be a little shorter, but it's pretty good size. Has a shower curtain versus a door, but it's a definitely a good size shower in it. Round toilet instead of an oblong on a push button. And they did some, you can kind of see like the caulking and stuff around the wood. And the lighting in here, some of the lighting, I mean, this is, you know, just light bulbs, decorative light bulbs sticking out. This is your exhaust fan here. Very small window, but at least you have a nice window in here. That's nice for a small room. And you can kind of tell if I put my arms out, you know, I'm a small guy, but this is probably about 4 foot wide from wall to wall, about 4 foot.
Come stand in front of this door.
And the door is probably a 20. I guess it's a 24 because that's probably how wide I am. I don't know. But anyway, and then over here they did give you, in this, you've got this small like little bunk bed area. Definitely for kids. I don't think I'm not gonna climb in there because I don't think I'll fit. But it's smaller than it looks. But it's nice though. Because for kids it'd be great. And you got a little couple shelves they gave in here for storage. That's nice. And looks really good. Okay, so we walk down the hallway here. Then we're gonna be in the bathroom. We're gonna show it. In the bathroom here, we have our fireplace drop-in sink again. Then we have a way bigger countertop area, so you have a lot of room to put all of your stuff out. You also have an option where you can put some shelving in here. You can do an L, you could do a cabinet, you can do anything you wanted to. You have some room to do it. You also have a washer and dryer here that comes with it, standard. So you can wash and dry clothes. You have another cabinet here. You have double cabinets in here as well, not just one, you have 2. So over here you've got a toilet, that's your toilet area that's tucked in between the walls so you don't have to see it out in the middle of the room. Got your shower as well in here. This does come with a door. We just don't install it before it moves, but it does come with a glass door that opens up this way. And this is residential size and grade as well. You've got a pocket door that's here versus just a traditional swing door. There's a pocket door that opens up into here, and it locks on the inside. Give you more room in your hallway. And then in here, this is the bedroom. Not enough room for a large dresser. There's no closet in here at all, so there's no closet. This is your only storage. There's no place to hang clothes. And then this will be your small dresser, and then, you know, of course, this dresser is pretty small. but you know, definitely nice look. No nightstands. They did put, this is a full-size bed, so if you're, it's not a queen, not a king, it's a full size. So it's a little narrower, so it makes it feel a little bigger in here, which is nice. It definitely works out well. And then you've got a little nightstand over here. Head units are there. You've got two in this model as well. You got one here, and there's another one up there in the living room. These are 9,000 BTU versus the 12,000 BTU. So they're not quite as efficient, but still they'll be fine for this small of a home. And then the other one, of course, is right here. And that's it. There's really no closets in here. There's no washer and dryer. There's no connections for a washer and dryer. But there is a lot of sleeping space. You've got the bunk beds for children. You've got the loft. You've got a full-size bed. You know, if you weren't too big, you know, the full-size bed would work for me for sure. Okay, so we're gonna walk all the way back and we're going to the bedroom. This bedroom is 12 by 9 as well. It's a lot larger. A queen bed can fit here. A nightstand can fit over there. And your full dresser mirror can fit right here on this wall. Then you've got an area right here for your television on this wall as well. And then in this as well, you do have a closet where you don't have in the other model. You do have a double door, these are 48-inch doors. It's a 60-inch closet, and it goes all the way to the ceiling up into the top. It's full all the way up. And you could add shelving if you wanted to, but it does come with double hang as standard, but you can add options. Plus it does have, instead of having an egress window, it actually does have a door. And the door does have a blind in it. So you can close it or open it. And then you could open it all the way and have full. And that's sort of what that looks like there. And then again, these are all vinyl hung windows. Dual pane, double glass. They're a much higher grade window. Some of the other things you may notice, this head unit and this as well is a 12,000 BTU head unit, where those are 9, so this is going to be more energy efficient. It's going to blow more heat and cooling quicker into the room, and it'll be way more energy efficient. Anyway, that's the differences in this, and you can also see some of the things like the lighting. I mean, the lighting in this that they give you is a nice package, not as luxury. You can see the lights above the kitchen. There's no So what you're seeing when I'm showing these lights, there's no flush mount lightings in the ceiling. So there's no, all you see is this is what's going to light the house. And this is what you see in the living room. And where you eat, this will be your light over your table right here. Right here is your light in the loft. That's your only light there. So that, and being that it's open on this side, so open to the, maybe the light from the living room could come in here as well. The hallway in this area is lit by this little light right here, so this where the little bunks are, and then of course you got the little bulbs. And that's all that you have for light in here. So over in the shower, it'd be interesting to see if it'd have enough light from those 3 little bulbs over here in the shower. But maybe with the shower curtain, you should be able to see pretty good. So there's no towel bars in here. They give you these little hooks. Really cool little design, like the wood, like the wood color, neat. But there's little hooks for your towels.
And then over here for your...
And then over here for your hand towel, they give you another little hook. And that's what you hang your clothes on. No linen closet in here. You could probably use this as your linen, but you might need it for clothes too. But and in here, you have the bedroom. The only light you have, again, is the ceiling fan light up here. I'm looking at that ceiling fan and I'm wondering if it shouldn't have a drop down. Maybe there's a rod that drops it down, because if that was to get to swinging, it might actually hit the ceiling. So I'm gonna assume there's just not a bar hung on that yet, that maybe it'll take it down just a little lower so it won't hit the ceiling. Lighting package, that comes in this, you get a more of a modern style ceiling fan, a little nicer grade, Hunter brand. Has a light built into it. You've also got flush mount lighting. And then the lighting in this room, of course, is a little bit nicer than what they had. You do have a towel bar that's over here. Up top, you have your toilet tissue, and you do have a ring for your hand towel. The lighting in here, you have another ceiling fan, modern style. Up in your loft area, instead of just a wall mount, you do have flush mount up there. You have 2 flush mounts as well in here, which is ample for the kitchen. Plus you have underlight under the microwave as well. You can see the material, a lot of knots, the material they used. You know, if you like that rustic look, you know, all this is, they come along and they put a regular pine, 1 by, what do you think, that's a 6? That's a 6, definitely not an 8. So it's a 1 by 6, tongue and groove, and then just took and added some polyurethane to it. Definitely keep the mold and mildew off polyurethane and just leave it that rustic look. And they accented everything well with like open, with making it look like trees and just real, you know, kind of accentuates the look of it. Did a good job. Just to kind of show, this is how it's trimmed around the window. You don't see nails. Everything's, you know, finished where you don't see anything. All of the interior in this is wood. This is 8-inch shiplap versus 6. As you can see, it's not the 6-inch. It is shiplap. It's not the tongue groove. The ceiling is the same way. All the trim is wood. You don't see any nail holes or seams or stops and starts. Even in your corners, everything starts the same way. All the windows are the same. All smooth finish. I'm not going to give the model of it. The price of this house is right around, it starts at $80,000, but then when you add the furniture and the stuff to it, it can get up, you know, to maybe $90,000 at the most, I would say. 80 to 90. I'm not going to give the full price because I don't work for this company that makes this house, but I was just going to give the difference of a tiny home in this price range that's not, they maybe not called luxury, but definitely a nice house. You know, some of the things that's not in it is, you know, this is all the uppers in this whole thing. This is where all your dishes, everything's going to have to go in these because this is the only upper in here. There's no open shelving, and then you've got no dishwasher, and this is taped up, of course, for moving, so I'm not going to undo their tape, but if you drop this down, you would have to pull it out from the side over here because you can't get in front of it because it's too close. And then you've got some extra drawers right here. I don't know if any of these are open. No, they're not. They're all taped up, ready to go. But they have some drawers that go in, and they're only this deep, so they're only a drawer about that full. So you might could put a few little things in it. Maybe some blankets for, you know, for the living room area or something like that would fit in it. Maybe a few pots and pans. They weren't too big. And then over here you had some understairs stuff here, but they didn't put anything in, but you could probably come in and add it, but it doesn't come with it. And there's no cabinet above this. That's part of your stairs. So let's look at the floor. What they done on this, if you can see, there's some black spots. You know how when you buy lumber, it has those black spots in it, and it has the knots in it and all that. So this is just regular old, again, 2x that has been polyurethane instead of a luxury vinyl plank or anything like that. It's just been polyurethane so you can walk on it. So if you could feel it, you could feel all the grain of a regular 2x4 or a 2x6 when you look at it. And then here, they put in the little trim. Of course, they did staples, very thin trim. They just stapled it in there to give it this little rail here. It looks nice. But that's just some of the differences. A lot of the nail holes, of course, are not caulked on the trim. You know, they don't hide any of it, so you can see them. Even on the ledges, they don't hide them. Okay, so on the outside, this is the tankless hot water heater, and it's gas on this one. And outside, this is your outside hose bib. And then underneath here, this is all they put all the plumbing on these models right on the edge, so it's, you you would need to wrap that so that it wouldn't freeze. But all that, and then there's your plumbing, your PEX is over there to hook on. So all of it's showing right here. But once you skirt this on the side, you won't see it. It'll just be right there at the wall. And this is how the outsides of them done. They do have some visible screws, but for their trim, it has a nice stain color on it. Looks nice. These are pretty colors. So these windows are aluminum windows as well. It's aluminum double pane window, and it's a slider window versus a traditional window. There's not as many windows in this, but still ample light. You know, inside it seemed like there was still ample light inside. This is your, down here you'll see a plastic thing running. This is where they went up the wall with your mini split. And that goes up to the top. And you can see how they've done the eaves on it. It's sort of a, it's not as much hangover. Just a few things different. They caulked the eaves with some caulk, looks like. You can see in the top there versus boards. So on the outside of the Shoreline model, the only thing that's actually out on the outside is just your panel box, and this is for your electrical. So again, this is your electrical panel box. There's all your breakers in it right there, so you don't have it inside the house. It's easy, a lot easier to hook it up as well. Also, all of your lines are run. They're not run through a connector. They're actually run inside the walls on the inside, so you don't see them anywhere on the outside of this model. Plus, these are vinyl hung windows. They're black windows, and they're vinyl, regular residential grade. And then, of course, you've got your trim. You don't see your nail holes. You do have board and batten on top of it. So you have, and then you can see how we do our eaves as well up in the top. You don't have caulk lines everywhere. You have, everything's just like a lot smoother finish, just a lot nicer look overall. You don't have nail holes and screws and nicer windows, and you don't see a lot of the unsightly stuff that you have to have heating and cooling. You have to have, you know, ducts for everything and all of your electrical, but you can hide it just like you do in a residential home. You can kind of see some of the differences basically between a luxury tiny home like what we build and some other builders build versus just what I call a standard tiny home. This isn't the lowest grade quality. There's grades that are actually underneath this, and of course you got RVs that are underneath that. But this can kind of show you what you can get for the money if you're looking to spend, you know, around $80,000 versus in the hundreds. Okay, so that concludes our tour today of a standard park model tiny home versus a luxury park model tiny home. Hopefully going back and forth showing you the differences between one and the other, you can kind of see the differences between the two. We do build standard park model tiny homes, so if you want more information about that, give me a comment and I'll definitely get you the information and the price points as well. We are a lot cheaper on the standard model than some of our competitors are, so if you need some information, definitely let us know. But if you liked our content today and you made it this far in the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.